What's up, financial freedom fighters? Welcome to the Economic Survival Guide, where we uncover the hard-won wisdom for enduring any crisis that threatens your wealth and livelihood. Today, we're exploring how entire nations were brought to their knees by the Great Depression and the hyperinflation nightmare of Weimar Germany. Get ready to be inspired as we bring to life the unprecedented stories of everyday heroes who weathered total economic collapse through grit, ingenuity, and self-reliance. From the victory gardens that allowed families to eat to the unorthodox hustles people embraced to pay the bills, you'll discover time-tested strategies for fortifying your finances against even the harshest economic storms. So prepare to be shocked by the sheer scale of these crises. Prepare to be awed by the resilience of the human spirit. And prepare to gain invaluable insights that could safeguard your future when the next meltdown inevitably strikes. Let's begin. The Roaring Twenties, a time of decadent wealth and unfettered capitalism. But beneath the glitz and glamour, a powder keg was being stoked by unchecked speculation, overproduction, and wealth inequality. Lending money to anyone with a pulse and a dream of a McMansion? What could possibly go wrong? By October 1929, the fuse had been lit, and the stock market crash detonated an economic meltdown that would become known as the Great Depression. As factories fell silent and despair gripped the nation, one man stepped forward with a daring plan to restart the economic engine: President Franklin D. Roosevelt. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. With unity of purpose and determination, we will restore prosperity. Roosevelt's New Deal aimed to put Americans back to work through public works programs, provide a social safety net, and restore confidence in the financial system through sweeping reforms. As the first green shoots of recovery began to emerge in America, the roots of another crisis were taking hold half a world away in Germany. The First World War had left Germany economically crippled and saddled with heavy reparations payments to the Allied powers. To pay these debts, the Weimar government began printing money endlessly. Yeah, that'll solve all our problems. Brrr! What started as a trickle soon became a tsunami of inflation that drowned the German mark in worthlessness. Prices doubled daily as the currency became more valuable as toilet paper than legal tender. This period of hyperinflation brought the German economy to its knees, with 1,000,000 marks unable to buy a cup of coffee. Savings were wiped out, and necessities became unaffordable for most citizens. But even in these dire times, the struggles and triumphs of everyday people showed the path to survival. Like Mary Smith, a young mother living in rural Kansas during the Great Depression. Despite her husband losing his job at the local factory, Mary did everything she could to provide for her 3 young children. She tended a small vegetable garden in their backyard and raised a few chickens for eggs. On days when food was scarce, Mary would make depression soup by boiling whatever meager ingredients they had: some potatoes, an onion, a bone from a butcher's scrap pile. She learned to stretch meals by making bread from scratch and frying up hot water cornbread when they ran out of other provisions. To make ends meet, Mary took in laundry and sewing jobs from neighbors. Her children had to drop out of school to help work odd jobs as well. But through it all, Mary's indomitable spirit and resourcefulness kept her family fed and together during those trying times. Her story exemplifies the resilience and self-reliance millions of Americans had to embrace to survive the era, and the economic philosophies of luminaries like John Maynard Keynes laid the foundations for stabilizing currencies and restoring faith in financial systems. Whether in the soup lines of the Great Depression or the hyperinflation chaos of Weimar Germany, those who embraced financial literacy and crisis preparedness gave themselves a fighting chance at survival. So what lessons can we take from these historic crises to fortify ourselves against future economic shocks? During the Great Depression, those with multiple income sources like farming, skilled trades, and entrepreneurial hustles were more resilient than those solely dependent on a single job. But diversifying means more than just buying every meme coin and NFT under the sun, folks. By diversifying your income across various jobs, freelance work, investments, and more, you create a buffer against any single point of failure. Another key? Living within your means and minimizing debt. Excessive debt was a major factor crippling American households during the Great Depression. Those who embraced a more minimalist lifestyle avoided the vicious cycle of interest payments and creditor calls. Unless your name is Matt Damon, maybe don't take financial advice from C-list celebrities shilling digital fund box. And when currency itself lost all value in the chaos of Weimar Germany's hyperinflation, those who had invested in hard assets and diversified into bartering economies kept their heads above water. By mastering strategies like diversifying income, minimizing debt, and investing in hard assets, you too can fortify your finances against even the harshest economic storms. Because as the lessons of history prove time and again, self-reliance is the ultimate insurance policy when systems collapse. The path to surviving economic meltdowns is never easy. It demands resilience, hard-earned wisdom, and an unwavering commitment to self-reliance. But as the lessons of history have proven, those who heed the call and master the skills of financial literacy have a fighting chance to endure any storm. The choice is yours. Will you be a victim of the next crisis, or will you write your own survival story? Subscribe now, and let's embark on a journey to economic self-mastery together. Because when the next meltdown inevitably comes, the prepared will not merely survive, they will thrive. One of the most iconic images of the Great Depression is the Victory Garden, ordinary citizens growing their fruits and vegetables to supplement food shortages. For this hands-on challenge, start your modern Victory Garden, no matter how big or small. It can be a few potted plants on a balcony or a full backyard plot. Document your gardening journey by taking photos and videos each week. After 4 to 6 weeks, share your progress in the comments, the struggles, the rewards, and how this act of self-sufficiency made you feel more prepared for potential hardship. The most bountiful and creative victory gardens will be featured in an upcoming video. Let's revive this resilient tradition together.